today we are gonna read about the most famous maniacs and serial killers in Russia and Soviet Union. I found an article that it was in Russian and I translated that, and I'm gonna read that to you. So let's start. The first one is Vladimir Yan. Vladimir Yan, nicknamed Mozgaz, became the first officially recognized serial killer in the Soviet Union. Posing as a worker from Mozgaz, the killer could freely enter apartments and murder the residents. His first murder was committed on December 20, 1963, with a 12-year-old boy as his victim. The maniac killed the child with an axe, which he always carried in his bag. Later, the investigation proved Yannisyan's involvement in 5 murders, including those of 3 children. One of the maniac's victims, a teenage girl, managed to survive the attack. On January 12, 1964, Vladimir Yan was arrested at the train station in Kazan and transported to Moscow. The criminal was sentenced to the death penalty, and the sentence was carried out on January 31st, 1964. The next one is going to be Andrei Chikatilo. If you are into true crime stories, you have probably heard about him. I thought if you like this video, I could make one and tell about one maniac, but with more details. I thought maybe I could tell about Andrei Chikatilo, one of the most infamous Soviet serial killers. He committed his first murder in 1978 in the city of Shakhty. Shakhty means mines like Minecraft. And his last in 1990. During this time, the maniac took the lives of 53 people, including many young children and women. He himself confessed to 56 murders, while operational sources spoke of 65 incidents. The maniac was arrested in November 1990, and in April 1992, his trial began, where Chikatilo pretended to be insane. On October 15th, he was sentenced to death. All subsequent petitions for clemency for the serial killer were denied. He was executed by shooting on February 14th, 1994. So basically it already happened in Russia, not in Soviet Union. I'm not 100% sure if it's true, but I heard that they found a man and he was not sane, and he claimed that he was the killer, so they executed him. But it was the wrong one. Okay, next is Sergey Kovin, the Moscow region serial killer nicknamed Fisher. Sergey Kovin committed murders between 1984 and 1992. He was suspected of 40 rapes and murders of boys in the Moscow region. On October 19th, 1992, Kovin was apprehended. He confessed to the murder of 11 children. A closed court hearing into Golovkin's criminal case began on August 22, 1994, and on October 19th, 1994, he was sentenced to death by shooting. In August 1996, the sentence was carried out. Golovkin became the last maniac to be executed in Russia. Sergey Rovski, a notorious Russian serial killer, also known as the Balashikha Goddings. He committed his first murder in 1988 in Pizza, killing a homosexual man. In total, he killed 19 people, while another 6 managed to escape. Most of his victims were elderly women, although he also killed 5 men and 2 teenagers. In 1993, he was arrested by the police based on a composite sketch. In 1995, Rychovsky was sentenced to death, but due to the imposition of a moratorium on the death penalty, he was sent to life imprisonment in a special colony of Solikamsk. He died on January 21st in 2005 from tuberculosis, the lung disease. Next one is Alexander Spissivtsev, the cannibalistic maniac from Novokuznetsk. Alexander Spissivtsev killed and ate 19 women and children in his apartment from February to September 1996. He is suspected of more than 82 murders. He was declared mentally ill by the court and sent for compulsory treatment at a specialized psychiatric hospital in Volgograd until he fully recovers. The police reported that in Spissivtsev recovers, criminal proceedings concerning his crimes would be resumed. The penalties under his criminal case could result in imprisonment for up to 20 years of life imprisonment, according to a source in the law enforcement agencies of Novokuznetsk. The maniac is still receiving treatment. Even if he is declared recovered, he will immediately be sent to serve his sentence in a penal colony. His mother was an accomplice in Spissivtsev's crimes, luring victims into their home. She was sentenced to 15 years in prison and was released in 2008. Okay, Oleg Rylkov, the Telyati Goddings man. Oleg Rylkov raped over 30 underage residents of Telyati from 1992 and 1997. In addition, he is also charged with at least 4 murders. In 1998, the criminal was sentenced to death. However, due to the moratorium of the death penalty, his sentence was commuted to life imprisonment. In 2019, Rylkov submitted several more confessions. According to investigators, in August 1994, he lured a 16-year-old Telyati resident into the woods where he raped and killed her. His second similar crime occurred in April 1997 when he targeted an 8-year-old girl. In June 2020, the court found Rylkov guilty of the murders and sentenced him to 19 years in prison. Crazy. Considering his prior convictions, he will serve life imprisonment in a special regime colony. The Teliati Gardens has repeatedly requested the court for release due to illness. Although Rylekov's diagnosis is not disclosed, the court denied his request. He is serving his sentence in Sol-Iletsk special regime colony, known as Black Dolphin. Maxim Petrov, the St. Petersburg serial killer named Dr. Death. Pediatrician Maxim Petrov committed 50 robberies and killed more than 10 people between 1997 and 2000, with several victims narrowly escaping. Posing as a doctor, Petrov would enter the apartments of lonely elderly people, administer lethal injections, and then rob them. He was arrested in January 2000 and was put on trial in November 2003, where he was sentenced to life imprisonment. Anatoly Sidik. Serial killer Anatoly Sidik committed 12 murders and 8 rapes of girls under 28 years of age in the Lipetsk region between 1998 and 2004. One of the victims was not even 18 years old at the time of the crime. Sidik would take girls in his car to remote locations where he would beat them. After suppressing their resistance, he would commit assaults and violent acts. He killed his victims afterward, understanding that they could report the incidents to the police, and then stole their belongings. Law enforcement apprehended Sidik in 2008. The investigation charged him with 12 murders, 8 rapes, and 9 violent sexual acts. In April 2010, the court sentenced Sidik to life imprisonment in a special regime colony. And I think I'm gonna end this video with a woman, a serial killer, which was a woman. Well, I guess she's still alive. So, Irina Gaidamachuk. Serial killer Irina Gaidamachuk committed 17 murders of elderly women between 2003 and 2010 in Krasnofimsk, Serov, Yekaterinburg, in the village of Echit, in the Sverdlovsk region. Gaidamachuk would befriend old women and offer to help with household chores. Once inside the victims' homes, she would kill them and steal their money. In June 2010, Gaidamachuk was apprehended in a private home in Krasnofimsk. On June 4th, 2012, the Sverdlovsk Regional Court sentenced her to 20 years in a general regime colony. Okay, thank you for watching, for listening. I hope you liked this video. If you want me to make one big true crime ASMR video on I don't know, Chikatilo or any other maniac, maybe not even